Hey guys, I'm Megs, an often overcaffeinated, adequately tattooed, straight talking host, therapist, copywriter, and coach on a mission to conquer the crazy that is small business ownership. Join me every week for a rousing combination of lessons learned and gold nuggets uncovered on my own self employed journey, as well as interviews with other kick ass creative leaders and how to pointers for those business owners that want to improve their own professional copywriting skills, since words are kind of my jam. So sit back, grab a healthy serving of your favorite go go juice, and join me for Caffeinate and Conquer, the podcast. So, what's the first thing you think of when you hear someone say that you need to work on your mindset? I'll tell you, if you'd asked me a year ago, you'd probably have gotten an eye roll and something muttered about woo-woo bullshit. If you caught me on a good day, you might have been met with a forced smile, an unconvincing and a quick subject change. I've always had a vivid imagination and been open to thinking outside of the box, creative solutions, and all that jazz. I believe in Sasquatch, aliens, and ghosts. So it's not that I'm closed-minded or was completely put off by the suggestion that mindset could be such a huge factor into my success or failure, but the idea that it might be possible to shift my entire life, my financial stability, my career, my love life, my mental health, my emotional well-being, all by paying more attention to the way I talk to and treat myself, it just seemed a little too far-fetched for me. Now, like many of my peers, I was raised, indoctrinated, if you will, in a very rational expectation that to see a real significant change in my life, in my reality, I needed to make a real significant change. Like many others, I believed that this meant I needed to make a shift physically. I needed to move, to relocate, to quit a job, to lose 100 pounds, to dump the loser. You get the idea. But because these are all external changes, leaving everything just like it was before inside, life continues on much as it was before, just in a different place, a different job, with a better ass, and another jerk. A lot of folks make the assumption that mindset is only for hippies and tree huggers, peace nuts and yogis, folks that are obsessed and preoccupied with the color of their energy field, the toxicity levels of their chakras, and the flow of their chi. Again, no judgment. This is where I was a year ago. Flash to now. I'm a self-employed small business owner with 3 months of consistently increasing profit under my belt. I wake up every morning with a fire in my belly and a smile on my face, giddy beyond belief that I get to spend the day leaning into my natural talents, supporting and empowering other badass female business leaders toward the growth and success of their own passion project businesses. While getting married to the love of my life is probably a factor as well, I attribute much of my recent success personally, professionally, emotionally, and financially to the work I've done on my mindset. Now, before we dive too far into the rabbit hole of my own opinions and experiences, I figured we'd start with a little bit of background on what mindset actually is, some facts and science, because, science. So mindset is defined as the established set of attitudes held by someone. It's a belief or group of beliefs that direct the way we handle or react to situations. More often than not, our mindset isn't something we're conscious of. It's the programming that's running behind the scenes throughout our daily lives, and we only become truly aware of it once we've decided to make a change. Experts suggest that many people begin developing their mindset early in life as a result of their upbringing and experiences in school as a kid. Factors can include whether you're taught to explore and seek out new challenges or embrace new experiences, or if you're told to look smart and be concerned with how you're being viewed by adults. Those same experts agree that mindset can usually be classified into 2 primary types, fixed and growth. As you can probably guess, a fixed mindset means being stuck. It means you see situations as being unavoidable, set in place, and immovable. When you're suffering from a fixed mindset, you find yourself responding to shitty situations with thoughts like, well, it is what it is, and too late to do anything about it now. Folks that are in a stuck mindset tend to see any and all feedback they receive, constructive or otherwise, as a personal attack. Now, I'm not embarrassed to admit that I was definitely suffering from a fixed mindset in the past, and it left me feeling like nothing I did was ever good enough. I would exhaust myself, exerting every ounce of energy and focus I could muster, just trying to make headway in one goal or another, only to find myself constantly overwhelmed with self-doubt, frustration, and eventually throwing in the towel and being seriously pissed off at a failed opportunity or venture. A growth mindset, on the other hand, is one that's open to challenges. These folks see hiccups as opportunities for growth and lessons to be learned. While they still experience both success and failure, because, hello, we're human, individuals with a growth mindset respond to shitty situations with thoughts like, how can I improve next time? And what about plan B? Folks that have a growth mindset are often inspired by the success of others. They're driven to improve themselves and hungry to learn new things. All right. So that's enough with the science and facts for today. So you're probably wondering, how does one start tackling a shitty fixed mindset, especially one that's so set in place it seems impossible to change? Well, I'm glad you asked. For me, this all started with a blank notepad, a smooth, flowy ink pen, an extra shot of espresso, my personal creative playlist, and an uninterrupted view of Bellingham Bay. I started sitting in the back of my car, looking out at the beautiful view, and I listed my values. Without hesitation, without second guessing myself or challenging the validity of what I personally hold as valuable, I wrote a list of 15 values that I hold to be non-negotiable. These are the lines that shall not be crossed. These are the things that for me are off limits and out of bounds. This is for me as well as for my clients. Personally, this list includes being authentic. It includes being genuine and confident that what I'm doing is the right thing. Once I had a list of my values, I flipped to a new page and made a list of the things I believed to be true. And I'm going to repeat that just to make sure you heard me right. I did not list things that are actually true. I listed the things that I believed to be true. A former boss of mine had a saying that I'm definitely stealing right here. Our experiences shape our beliefs, which then shape our perceptions, and in turn, create our reality. So if, for instance, I experienced poverty as a child, I may have developed a belief that money is evil or hard to come by, and that I don't deserve money. This then leads to a pretty shitty and broke reality filled with more top ramen and tater tots than is even kind of healthy. Spoiler alert, this is definitely one of the limiting beliefs I've had to address on more than one occasion. In fact, it's one of the recurring monthly affirmations I use. Now, by digging into, addressing, and changing this one toxic and limiting belief I've had around money to instead believe that I deserve to succeed and that my business will thrive, I've experienced a ripple effect of the most amazing shifts in both my mindset and my life. I've also made a conscious effort to move away from a scarcity mindset of always worrying where the next paycheck is going to come from, whether I'll find a new client, or if we're going to be forced to steal a van and live down by the river. I've shifted to having a focus on faith, confidence, and an awareness that the universe has my back. The right clients, the people I'm meant to work with that need my skills and expertise, they'll cross my path when they're meant to. I just need to continue putting myself out there, genuinely connecting with people, sharing my story, providing a valuable service, and the money will come. So hang on with me. I know. We're getting into really woo-woo territory, but I swear to you, this shit works. Many people struggle with toxic limiting beliefs that they aren't strong enough or smart enough or special enough to warrant starting their own business or achieving the big, impossible dreams they have. I personally spent far too many years obsessively worried about what other people might think of me, focused solely on pleasing them, making them happy, and supporting them in the pursuit of their goals, all at the detriment of my own. It's only now, within the last year, that I've settled into my strengths and found comfort in who I am, what I stand for, and the value of my own worth. It's only now that I can honestly say that for the first time, I'm confident in who I am and feel absolutely positive that the Megs I'm presenting to the world is my best, most raw, real, pure, authentic self. No ifs, ands, or buts. So now that you've got a list of the things that you believe to be true, it's time to flip them on their asses. Much like the example I gave with my own toxic belief that I was always going to be broke working for someone else and generally unhappy with life, flipping that to my new belief that I spend every day utilizing my natural skills and expertise to help improve and empower the lives of others, resting easy in the knowledge that I don't have to worry about money. These new beliefs I created have become what I consider my monthly affirmations, and I've got a list of 11 or 12 of them that I revisit every day. Since we're already waist deep in the woo, I'm going all the way and sharing that I actually record my affirmations as a voice note on my phone. Yeah, I get it, it's kind of weird talking to yourself about yourself, but I mean, that's basically what I'm doing right now, isn't it? I listen to that little recording every morning while I'm getting ready for the day, and again every night before bed. After a few weeks, I found that I was able to repeat almost every single one of them verbatim, and those new, improved, empowering beliefs that directly address all of my nastiest toxic fears and assumptions have quickly become easier and easier to not only believe, but to trust. I've also focused on making an effort to develop a healthy balance of recognizing and appreciating the things I already have, celebrating the small wins I achieve every day, and focusing on the intentions that I have for my future, short-term and long-term. Approaching those with the assumption that they're already in the works and are going to happen. They're coming to fruition as long as I keep working on my path. Now, thanks to the magic of the interwebs, there are millions of people out there willing to share exactly how they've mastered their own fixed mindsets and are making multiple six figures every hour while napping or practicing Tu Wong Fu. Many of them are even willing to accept large sums of money in exchange for that humble assistance. Me? I'm a firm believer in collaboration over competition. I would much rather share some of the tips and tricks that have worked for me personally for the super low price of your listening to me chatter for 20 minutes. I know, it's a steal and I'm a saint. So here goes nothing. First, pay attention to how you speak to yourself. This means when you drop the full French press and spill boiling bean water all over the kitchen floor, scalding the tops of your feet, and making an extra hour of housework for yourself when you really don't have the time to spare, do not belittle yourself or curse your klutzy tendencies. Take care of the situation. Take care of yourself. Show yourself compassion, care, and concern. Accidents happen. Mistakes will be made. No one died, and Amazon Prime exists for a reason. Next, set goals for yourself, short and long term, and celebrate them when you achieve them. This means even if your goal is to get caught up on laundry and your latest true crime series obsession, write that shit down and mark it off when you accomplish it. Celebrate those successes. Next, surround yourself with your people. I'm going on record right now that I am not recommending you go out and bond with folks and spread your COVID germs all around. I am, however, recommending that you find ways to connect with people that lift you up. The internet is a powerful tool, and it's made it nearly impossible to be alone. Find a Facebook group or a community board that interests you. Make connections with like-minded folks. For bonus points, find someone who you can hold accountable and who'll hold you accountable to your affirmations, your intentions, and your goals. Then, be grateful. Take a few moments every day to reflect on the things you're grateful for. It can be easy to fall into a downward spiral, focusing on all of the negative things happening around us. Between the constant streams of news updates and the current state of unrest around the world, it's important to refocus on all of the amazing things, big and small, that are also occurring, often with much less fanfare and attention. And finally, find and embrace your purpose. It's easy to say that our purpose is to be happy and healthy and skipping through life on a yellow brick road with wild unicorns flying by. But it's important to look deeper and to uncover what it is specifically that fills your cup. What lights your fire and turns you on? This one can take a while, and it often requires some uncomfortable soul searching, but it's worth it. When it comes to mindset, Henry Ford hit it pretty spot on when he said, "Whether you believe you can or you can't, you're right." Email us at megs@megswrites.com with any questions, and we'll do our best to answer them. Who knows? You may hear your question discussed in a future episode. You can also follow us for additional updates, puppy pics, and food porn on Instagram at Caffeinate and Conquer Podcast. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the fun, and spread the word to your fellow badass caffeinated friends. The more the merrier. As always, thanks for listening, make good life choices, and see you next week.